Hey guys, welcome to another episode on High Level Experience. Today we've got a guest that has been with us before, a bit of a returning guest. It's Rupert Samuel from LevelUp Marketplace, and we're doing a bit of a special episode today, which I'm quite excited about. So what we're doing is, Rupert is currently are you in Pakistan right now, Rupert?
Yes, in Pakistan.
So he's currently in Pakistan with his team, and what we're going to show you guys, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you get to see the behind the scenes, basically how apps are made, or what's the environment that devs work in and develop these apps for the HighLevel Marketplace, for LevelUp Marketplace. For those of you listening, we will walk you through it, but without further ado, Rupert, thank you, great to have you back. Let's go.
Great to be back. What's happening? Well, I mean, we just came back from the event in America. We'll see the HighLevel LevelUp event. We got our first award, one of the first developer partners to get a developer partner award. Okay. And, came back to the team. Have been spending a month here in Pakistan with all the guys, just trying to make sure we get all of our procedures ready for 2025 to make sure we can keep leveling up the marketplace and everything and keep pushing. And I thought it'd be worthwhile introducing you to some of the developers and some of the team, and giving you a quick tour of our office. And so a lot of people we've had a lot of different comments over the time. If you also want to show some of the signs, we've got some different signage over here. We've got a lot of neon lights around the ultimate LevelUp office. I can show you behind you. There's some other office rooms I'm going to take you through later for support and some other areas of what we do here at LevelUp. But I thought we'd start here in the main room, if that's okay.
Absolutely, mate. This is like a disco room. Like you got the little light behind you flashing. This is like a party.
On Fridays we like to have a bit of a party. We have some confetti cannons and things that we might pop one off if you ask nicely. A little bit later near the end, if you wish.
Yeah, mate. Let's embrace. Like I want to fully embrace it. I want to fully experience, like as if I'm there. Like
as if you're there. All right. We'll try and put everybody in YouTube in this office. So Ali, come here. So this is Ali. Okay,
hey, G'day, Ali.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Are you good?
Nice to meet you, mate. What's been happening?
I am an app developer at LevelUp Marketplace, and I integrate almost 40 to 50 apps as in the GHL, and that's my intro as well.
40 to 50 apps.
Like we have a lot of integrations, like our main of the app, like Stripe and like the Monday.com, ClickUp, and we have a lot of apps and triggers, actions. And now we are working on conversation providers as well. Like we done 5 to 7 conversation provider and almost many to go.
Nice.
Yes.
So conversation providers are a great way to open up like SMS and email capabilities for other people around the world. So like we're focusing quite hard on trying to open up more global capabilities for GHL, with bringing more providers that are going to be cheaper than the standard default to GHL of the Lead Connector system. And I mean, here, just to show quickly, you got the board. This is one of 4 boards. I mean, this one's a bit messy at the moment, but we have a big board system here going through, and we kind of have a bit of a points system. We like to make it a little bit of a competition, don't we, Ali? How many points you got this week?
I got almost 25 points.
And what do you get points for?
30.
Bonuses. We like to keep everyone incentivized. But no, we have the table over here. This table, everybody here works on apps and don't worry. Work on, what do you work on? Like actions and triggers, conversation providers. We've done a few widgets recently since the launch. Did you know that widgets launched at the HighLevel Summit, Vit?
Widgets for the custom dashboards?
No, widgets for the funnels and the website builder and the webinar builder and the e-commerce platform.
No, I mean,
so that means like now you can have like like the little elements that you put onto the website builder, for example, the funnel builder. Yeah. You now have a load of custom ones. So we've done like testimonials, QR codes.
Spin the text and custom provider. Slide gallery. Like I almost done four widgets. And
did you say spin text?
Yeah. So basically, imagine like when you've got some text on the close the door over there. When you've got like on a website, you might want to go, we do apps, we do widgets, we do snapshots, we do what else we do. Sorry, I'm quite tired. It's been a long day so far. I'm a bit hot and everything. But no, imagine like a spin text on like your website builder. So we're basically just trying to make it simpler so that the vast majority of people so far have been using like CSS and HTML editor, the JavaScript little editor that you can add into the website builders. But now you can just get widgets. So I think we've done like 40 in total across the team, maybe about 30, 40. We haven't really done many more. We've got a whole board over there talking about widgets and whole updates that we've got. That's for the front end team to deal with. But yeah, widgets have been a pretty big hot topic because everybody wants to make their funnels look better, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah, it makes it easier, makes it quicker. I mean, just before we jumped on this, 2 hours back, I was putting together a Black Friday funnel, like just a really quick and dirty, just a couple of emails, couple of funnels, couple of the disappearing sections of timers and the countdown timers. But yeah, I wasn't aware. Maybe I've glazed over it because, I've been just on the move. I recently relocated to Australia. So I've really briefly looked at the blog release of the LevelUp Summit. I did the big round, the roundtable episode with everybody. But for some reason, widgets, I don't know, I missed it. So this is very exciting. So right after this, I'm definitely going to be checking it out.
If you want to go and find widgets, you just go to where you normally get your elements in the website builder, and you'll see on the side navigation there, you should have like widget app store, widget store. If you click into there, you can see all the widgets that you can download publicly. But if you do go to the levelupmarketplace.com and you have a look at our marketplace, we have a bunch of them that are in beta that you can't find inside of the app marketplace. So there's a whole bunch of extra ones that we're trying to get to the marketplace at the moment. They're all on our board as like jobs to get done, basically. So we've got about 40. I think we've got about maybe a dozen or 15 that are actually public on the marketplace. Yeah.
And so for me, as a subscriber of LevelUp Marketplace, what you're saying is I can go to the LevelUp Marketplace, the App Store, not the official high-level one, and I can actually enable some of the beta ones and start using those.
Yeah, you can start using them. You can always send us like requests on how you might want to maybe update them a little bit, and any suggestions or ideas. If we've already got it going and you're like, I had a problem maybe, or maybe you just want to have more color options or font options or other options. I can't think of what they would be, but anything front end basically. You're more than welcome. We'd love to hear from you. In fact, if you do send us, here, Ali, do you want to sit down for a second? If you do send us, Mubasar, do you want to come over here? If you do send us over a request of some sort, you're most probably going to end up talking to Mubasar over here. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, this is Mubasar. I just manage support here in the LevelUp Marketplace.
Nice to meet you, mate. Support is very important.
So Mubasar makes a lot of videos. How many videos you made, you'd say?
Like up to 100 videos in the installation and overview videos up to 30.
So we've been working quite hard recently on trying to make it easier for people to understand the app marketplace, because I think Shkel's got some big things they're announcing come January and February. Yep. But we also want to go ahead and see if we can push GHL in our own special way, you might say, with trying to actually make them maybe do a better job than us. I like to have a little competition in our own fun way. Hey?
And it's in the name, level up. Everybody raises the bar and the quality goes up, and that's what's important.
But yeah, Mubasar, you deal with like all tickets, you have Zoom call meetings, and do you want to tell everybody about that?
I handle all the stuff like with the meetings, with the tickets, with the emails, and the chat support. Everything is done by me, and I will be handling more than ever. I just like the team. I like Rupert. He's a great leader as well. The team is really friendly. I like to work here.
Amazing. Guys, for those of you guys listening, why are we showing you this, right? This is, we could just have a regular interview, just me and Rupert talking about this stuff, and he could never share behind the scenes. But I think it's really important that, developers, they don't get enough, what's the word?
Credit. They don't get enough credit, appreciation.
Work, right? Yeah.
You're not a developer. You're not a developer. See, he's trying to steal the developers thing. I'm saying, come over here a little bit. Well, this whole table over here, these guys need some credit, if anything. Where's that man? Where'd you go? Oh, yeah. My brain's done. Yeah, do you want to say something? Yeah. This guy's only been a little bit more of a recent. How long have you been working here now?
3 months almost.
About 3 months, but he's done some amazing things. I've been quite impressed with what he's been able to achieve in the last 3 months, I'll be honest with you. So I wanted to give him a bit of a minute for spotlight, if that's okay. If you got any questions,
I love it, yeah. What was your name again, Azmat?
Rahman was, and I am a full stack developer at LevelUp Marketplace, and I have been here at almost 3 months. And I created the most popular one integrations like Slack, the Zoom one, and now I am working on the ChatGPT API integration,
Very
and
good.
also Stripe, and also there will be others more after that.
How many
awesome.
points you got this week?
I got up 15 points.
Ali's winning.
Yeah.
You can tell I have a little bit of fun and games with this whole point situation over the week. I do.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's all fun and games. It is.
Hey
But,
Rupert, is this something that you've implemented recently, or has that been around this point system?
It's been something been trying and cook up for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, like trying to figure out what's maybe the best way. But there's always that kind of disconnect for me sometimes when I'm over in the UK or traveling around other places that I'm not always available to be here. So I come here once a year. I try and come for at least 2 weeks or more. And I think this year I'm going to come again in March and April because things are going very, very well. And, you know, it's just part of the business basically. But no, it's something that's been pretty pushed in hard in the last 2.5 weeks whilst I've been here in Pakistan. So, you know, I've been renovating the office a bit, trying to make sure that we just have the best of everything, try and get a few new computers, a few new, you know, just trying to make it nicer, basically. Try and make it more organized and everything else you can think of, basically.
Very good. I love it. Excellent.
Hey, do you want to sit that down? Thank you. But yeah, you can see here on the wall, we've got some of our partners, some of the other apps that we've built. So, you know, you've got people like GoCSM. You know, they're a support system where you can track how much time you're spending inside of GHL. They give you better churn analytics and all sorts of scenarios about that. You can go visit them. There's GHL growth tools.
Wait. Go back. So go CSM. What you're saying is you get inside data on users, on your customers, how long they're like logged in sessions and things like that.
Yep. So we help develop GoCSM. Okay, you can go visit their website if you'd like to. And that platform, it tracks all of the analytics regarding how much revenue you're generating. GHL have done a few updates regarding that in the last LevelUp Summit, but there's time tracking. So like for argument's sake, you could track a user and how much time they've spent, let's say on the funnel builder or the automation builder or their dashboards and things like that. And from that way, you can kind of figure out, you know, they spend less than 10 minutes on this in the month. We might need to send them an email. So then you can automate based off of how little or how much time they spend inside the system to then, you know, keep them engaged, basically.
That's great.
We've got GHL growth tools. They have an amazing Zapier and Make integration. You know, we basically do a lot of discussions with Scott from over there. He's been a friend of mine for a good 8 or more years. All the apps, that's our white label brand, just so you know. So like if you ever on the app marketplace and you see all the apps, that's basically LevelUp. But that's kind of like how GHL do their lead connector.
Great, like a great label thing, yeah.
Yeah, so that way we handle support for all your clients, long story short. They talk to Mubasar and some other people in his office over there. White label suite, I mean, we like talking with them, they like talking with us, and that's basically what goes on there. We don't help them with their technology, they have their own team and everything. I don't want to misrepresent anything, but you know, we're helping them to have better engagement on the app marketplace and to help them get a better type of app for the marketplace ultimately.
Yeah,
then
I know the boys,
HighLevel
Johan
logo.
and Walt, yeah, they're good guys.
Sorry?
I know the guys, yeah, Johan, Walt, they're good guys, yeah.
Exactly. And we've got the HighLevel logo for obvious reasons. We've got MyCRMSim. We're going to start working with them soon, funny enough, and helping them out with some new technology that they want to start implementing. Do you know of MyCRMSim, Vit?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So Gary, we did an episode actually. Let's just have a quick look here. Just one sec. I'm just gonna pull the number for you guys. If you can find it, let's go to MyCRMSim. I believe. Let's see, 60, 26, 25. That was Jenna. Oh, we go back. Okay, let me see. Ty Shane, Charles Higgins. No, that was episode 20. Bailey. Episode 18. That was me and you. That was back in April. That was back in August. And then the one right before you, episode 16, guys, with Gary from MyCRMSim, yeah.
But yeah, CRMSim has a great little way of being able to send ultimately, it's like free SMS from your Android device, long story short. I think it's the best way to summarize it. And it helps you get around all that A2P stuff. There are limitations of things you could talk about potentially, but ultimately to get going, it's the fastest, easiest way to start getting SMS going inside of your GHL account.
Especially if you're like in Australia or countries that rebuilding costs are much higher.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's a great global system. It doesn't matter what country you're in, as long as you can basically get an Android device, which anybody can in the world. We've then got Maybe Tech. Maybe Tech's a very large client of ours. We help them with all of their AI technology. They have a great AI system that's inside of GHL. You should really go and learn about that from Polly. She's a CEO. I hope Polly should do an episode with you, Vit, if you haven't yet. I'll introduce you to her. But excellent. Wallet campaigns, that's one of our own internal systems, okay? We have another office that's actually in Karachi. The guys were here last week. We got them all flown up, so there's another 7 people up here there were. But unfortunately, we weren't able to do this whilst they were here. Otherwise, I'd introduce you to Zia as well. Yep. But Zia is the man in charge of wallet campaigns and everything around that. And if you know my past, and I'm talking about 5 or more years ago, you know, we did a big software that was revolving around coupons and loyalty cards and membership cards and all sorts of things like that. So this hasn't actually launched. We, you know, when you've got a baby and you kind of want to make something perfect. That's kind of been my problem with that. So I'm going to have to get that done by March, in my opinion. Okay, so that's like our objective there with that. So I hope to be talking to you about that maybe in March. Well, you've already talked to me about it last year when I was in Dallas, and I was pretty excited about it. So, you know, you definitely have interest. Just get it out and then improve it, right, as you go. Yep, definitely. And then we've got obviously the big one, which is LevelUp Marketplace. Hey, Hamza, do you want to come and have a quick word? So this is Hamza. He is CTO. He is my partner in all of this, you can say. And do you want to introduce yourself and say something?
Yes, sure. Hello guys, hope you are good. My name is Hamza and I'm the CTO of the LevelUp Marketplace. Apart from it, I'm the partner of Rupert as well in some conversation. And yeah, I'm the main person who's responsible for all the tricky ideas that comes to Rupert's mind. And yeah.
Be shy.
Yeah, there will be a lot coming as well, and I'm not sure if Rupert wants to tell you about the crazy ideas that we had just discussed last night, but that will be a fun thing as well.
No, we are not giving away all our secrets.
Yeah, that will be a fun thing as well.
Yeah, that's a good thing about like you guys working together. That's one thing, you know, I wish I had, like have a business partner that you can bounce ideas off. That's a power in that. How did you guys get together? What's the backstory?
Yeah, it's a long story. Basically, like me and Rupert are working for like 4 years, I think, from now.
4 or 5 years.
And there was some other guys who was like a middleman to met with Rupert. And at that time, I was just working on some small bits of the projects. Yeah. But soon it will convert from 2 guys to a big office and all this situation. That is already in your, like you have seen all that. And soon it will be bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, we've got an office now. I mean, I know we're just showing you this room, but there is this main room, that room there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rooms over there. That room's got people, that room's got people, that room's got people, that one's got support, and that one we're hoping to grow into. But there is space in each of these offices. So by the end of 2025, my objective is maybe somewhere between 80 to 90 staff. Ultimately, I think is where we can be, roughly.
Yeah, I think roughly between 70 to 80. That for sure.
Wow. I say 90 to 100.
Yeah, but I'm just like a bit of sure thing. Yeah.
I'm not always pushing the boundary. He's always the one kind of going.
Yeah, I was just also always trying to make Rupert a little bit calm. Like, hold on, wait a moment. Let me finish that one first, and then we will move on to the next one. But he was always like, no, that's not the way we are going to do it.
We keep leveling up. We keep pushing. There's no waiting. There's no waiting. Get more staff. We're gonna go. That's how it rolls.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's really important to have that balance, because I mean, if both of you are that way, then you would probably overlook certain things. Then due diligence is important. There's power in growth, but there's also power in doing things properly, right? So I think that's where Hamza can relate more and yeah.
Well, in that case, can you just hold the camera for Zane, please? Drop the wire.
What was it?
Yeah, Zane. So I want to introduce, on that note, I think it'd be worthwhile introducing you to Zane. Yeah. Take it over.
We'll say like?
Hello, I am Zane.
Hi, Zane.
I am here as an app manager. I just try to focus on the app management things and the documentation of the app, so our clients would get it easier to use the app. And I just explain in documentation about the workflows and the actions and the triggers and there are a lot of stuff. I can't explain it right now.
Zane predominantly goes through applications and quality assures them. So as we've been trying to put in more procedures for 2025 to kind of learn what we, did well at and what we didn't do well at in 2024. It's the first year that the HighLevel Marketplace existed. So, there was some rocky moments, Hamza, with GHL making life really easy. Really, really easy is what we'll call it, yeah? Yeah. Okay. But so Zane's gone through, Zane's story, in my opinion, has been quite amazing. He started about a year ago.
Yep.
About a year ago.
I was just about a year ago.
Yeah. And, he started, a small position, and he's shown himself to be an amazing manager, an amazing working well with people. And he now manages a large amount of people and cross-pollination between the different teams, from the developer room here to the implementation team over there and media team, and working also with the support team over there as well. So I'm very proud of Zane and his progress ultimately.
Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, that's very good. It's important to have people like that. Not everybody's a people person. I know, like myself, I'm not very good with like management type of stuff. So having somebody like that, it's definitely a good thing.
So yeah, Zane's here to make sure that the quality is great. So if you ever got a problem with the quality, come to him, not to me.
Yep. I will be here.
Do you want to tell them about any of the apps that you're happy about? Any things that you think are cool? I think that PDF generator one you did the other day, I thought was pretty good, and all the work you put into that.
Yep. That's what the best thing we ever got from here.
So, there's the new video that you made, and you want to just explain some of those things that you
Yes.
have to do?
First of all, we start from our marketplace. And then I check the documentation, the action and triggers there, and then we forward for the graphics team. Then we have the app profiles and the preview images, and after that we just need videos for that app. And I just assure that these videos are good for the customers, for the clients, so easy to understand, and the workflows in them are easy to understand, that everybody can easily access that workflows to do the app and use the app.
So I think one or two of the steps that Zane might have gone past there is that we get the app on the board, we identify which developers then going to take on the application. At that point, there's a tracking system with a lot of different notes and ClickUps that we have in place that Zane also implements across the whole team. After the point that the developer is happy with it, they submit a loom over to the support team and the media team. The media team and the implementation team then get all the documents ready for that. Zane then collects all of those, and one of the other guys in the implementation team over there, Hashid, will go see him in a minute, and he'll then get it onto our admin portal. That's how you can then see everything on the levelupmarketplace.com. So that's how we get all the beta stuff ready. So we're not working only on GHL's app marketplace. You can work with apps that we haven't launched on there just yet. There aren't many. Our whole objective is to get apps onto the app marketplace. We don't like them being in beta. We want them to always be available to everybody inside the GHL verse, as I call it. The multiverse of GHL. Not to talk about Marvel or anything like that. We are nerds here, but yeah, we're not that nerdy. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And then after that point, to get it onto the super admin, we then work with GHL and their developers over there. I don't know if you've ever heard of Kartik. He's the man in charge of the GHL marketplace, and we'll work with them to make sure that they're happy with the quality, and they then approve them and get them onto the marketplace. But like Zane said, he first time on camera and everything, so I thought I'd maybe give a little bit more direction to everything he went into there. But Zane manages all of that across all the different teams, and he started. What did he first start doing? You're doing like videos and graphics and things.
I just started from the videos, the smaller part of the video.
Yeah, he wasn't very good at that, so he changed. So yeah, do you want to have a little more tour around the office? I can show you in quickly in some of the other rooms of it, unless you got any other questions.
Yeah, no question, but more of a takeaway from like what you just said, like how the production process is really like a conveyor belt in a way. It's really operating it like a factory. You've got the team for each different part of the process, and ultimately that results in an app that we can see and we can use. And I think now that you've said it, now that I can much more appreciate what goes into it. And for those guys listening, if you're high levelers and you're using apps, I hope that you appreciate that as well, because this is not an easy undertaking. I can only imagine how much work and effort goes into making it work.
Yeah, quite a bit. Quite a bit. Sorry, we're not very boastful, I'll be honest with you over here. So what will happen is here. Do you want to swap over? Do you want to take back over the camera? So we've got different people taking different roles here. So people are going to trip over wires and all this other fun stuff. You want to take the wire? You can go across here, go fam. There you go. You want to come with me, Hamza? There we go. That way we're not going to trip over ourselves. So yeah, here, let's just quickly say hello to the Maybe team. You want to come in here? So over here, we've got the Zen. We've got some lights up there and the Maybe logo just over there. But Zen's working on the Maybe Tech product. That's the AI stuff we were talking about. And there's two other guys in here. There's one or two people that it's sick.
All I see is a bunch of guys in a dark room just doing stuff on the computer. This is like a hacker's den.
It's not. We don't have it too light in all of the rooms. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm going to take you to one of the rooms. You know, we as developers, we don't do well with light. I'll be honest with you. We like things in dark. We like things in dark mode pretty much all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Want to come through this way?
It's cool. Like an excursion, guys. This is an excursion.
Pretty much. This is my awful office that I spend only 1 month of the year in. There is nothing to see in there, I promise you. Let's go.
I know you had McDonald's for lunch. That's all I can tell.
Yeah, I had McDonald's for lunch. That's basically what you can tell from there. There's nothing in there, I'll be honest with you. And then over here, we've got the implementation team. A few of the implementers are actually operating cameras and all the other things behind you. So there's Nanny, who's actually right behind you. Nanny, do you want to come over here for a minute? Yeah, I'll just turn the lights on. We do have lights. We do have lights. Okay. So yeah, inside of here, media team, there's three guys over there. Then we got some other implementers just on the back over there. There's Junaid. And then over here, this is where Nani and Hashid basically sit. Hashid handles some of the super admin things with Zain and helps him with everything on that side of stuff. And Nani manages probably the most fun job in in the entirety of what we do. But Nani manages the social media. Now, the social media aspect is something that we really want to ramp up in 2025. And do you want to tell them what you've been doing?
We are creating many fun videos as well, and many shorts, reels, etc.
Yeah. But guys, if you want a bit of a backstory, but I know we're going through a bit of an excursion style here today, and then some of you listening maybe like, who's Rupert? What is this all about? If you want, you can listen to the episode that we did, me and Rupert, and we did like a proper, like a regular interview style, me and Rupert, and that is the episode number 18.
Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Harsha. I'm currently managing the app profiling and other documentation here. And I tried my best to provide some basic information for the applications that will helpful for the users who will using our apps from our LevelUp Marketplace, and tried hard to achieve the goals from the Rupert. And I'm enjoying my work right now. Yeah.
That's important.
How long have you been working here?
I'm working from, I think, 9 months ago.
9 months ago.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, the descriptions for the apps, it's
I'm
really important.
Working on descriptions and preview images and other stuff like.
There's a big change there. I'll be honest with you. You haven't seen everything. There's a massive announcement on what all the apps app is. We've been working on that last week. Very, very, very hard. And I promise you, it's going to look so good alongside with all of the extra stuff that we've been doing with the video team and everything. So I've been here for a full month, not for any mess around reasons, you could say, in one conversation. Like it's been hard work.
No, it's been a fun work.
It's been fun work. Yeah. He's lying.
Yeah. Oh, this is good, man. This is all going in the right direction. I mean, I told you, like, I'm impressed what you guys do, but I do know that, like, before I was trying to like pick some of the apps and get to understand some of the apps, and there wasn't enough information. I was a bit puzzled. So.
Like I said, there were some areas where I think we were moving too fast and not putting enough attention to detail in some areas of the applications in 2024. And we had like a lot of successes, but then there were some things that got left behind a little bit. And this whole visit to me in Pakistan has been a lot about Q&A and just making sure that more people understand better and the whole team understands better. Because in the space of a year, I think we went from like less than 20 to just under 50 staff members overall, and doing that abroad and trying to explain everything in as much detail and as much effort that I like to give everybody. And whilst I'm here, I spend numerous hours or things with nearly everybody every day. I mean, I don't like to admit how many hours I work a day, I'll be honest with you, but you can ask somebody else in a minute or so if you want to. But
Oh, I mean, I think it's more of a case of how many hours are you not working, right?
another way of doing it, if you wanted it, they're both bad numbers, whichever way you look at it.
I mean, that's
Bad
the
numbers.
definition of entrepreneur, and you're hustling and you're doing great things. So thank you so much for sharing this excursion. Did you want to share some more stuff there from what do we call it? We're gonna call it the LevelUp Marketplace, the factory, or do you have a name for this premise?
The office. The office.
office.
I'm not going to call it a factory. It's not a factory here. We got a nice office here. There's one other person I'd like to introduce you to. Is Junaid. If you'd like to talk to him for a minute.
Absolutely, yes.
Junaid, do you want to come over? I'll hold it for you. I'll hold it.
Hello there, this is Junaid from LevelUp Marketplace. I'm working as a senior manager here. I'm working on the GHL. I'm developing the website, funnels, automation, forms, and all the things on the GHL.
Very good.
So how long have you been working here?
I'm like 2 years.
2 years?
working with Rupert.
I'd say been like 3. No.
I think 2.5.
Junaid started basically when the marketplace didn't exist, and we were running accounts for a lot of agencies, and we're basically doing like implementation and a bit of support, things of that kind of nature, Vit. And from that point there, we've honed in the skills, because at some point I always knew that HighLevel was going to launch snapshots on the marketplace. So I don't know if you know this, again, it was something that happened inside of this year's event alongside with the widgets.
Yeah.
But now you can sell snapshots on the marketplace. Now, we don't sell snapshots. All of our snapshots are free alongside with all of our apps. Again, they're all free for people to access. And Junaid here has taken all of the skills that he's done. So, I mean, how many sub-accounts, like different clients and don't you the
So
clients?
yeah, we're managing right now many clients. So I think there's a lot of clients we're managing.
How many sub-accounts have we done over the last 3 years?
I think like 300 plus. I think more.
Yeah, I'd say a lot more.
I didn't remember right now. Yeah,
This
there's
is the problem of putting people on the spot all of a sudden for a second. But I would say like 800 on there, and you got about 200 on there, and you got this. I would say that we've done at least somewhere around 2,000, maybe 2,500 different sub-accounts in the last 3-ish years, because before Junaid, there was some other people that were here that aren't here today, unfortunately. It'd be great if everybody was here, but some people have got days off and everything. Tried to get as many people in the office today, I did. But yeah, we've done quite a lot of work across a lot of different sub-accounts. We know a lot of things that happen in GHL, not only just the developer side of everything, but now those skills that we can make snapshots, we're making snapshots that are going to be using our widgets and our apps. And Junaid's basically leading that with the other 2 chaps just behind us as well. So it's going to be an interesting kind of thing that's happening. So our new snapshot range, which will be launching most probably in the next month and a half, I would say, because we're going to, again, go through a lot of quality assurance regarding this, because you're going to need to download the snapshot app. And then from there, you're then going to need to download one of our quote unquote technical apps, and it will basically work straight away in one fell swoop.
It is definitely exciting opportunity. I have it on my roadmap as well to launch a couple of my, not launch, but put a couple of my premium snapshots onto the marketplace. I've been looking at the pricing models, because you can sell it upfront as a one-time like licensing thing, or you could have a subscription model. It'll be interesting to see what works, what doesn't. Time will tell.
Well, I mean, just to quickly jump in there, but I mean, yeah, there are different pricing models on snapshots. I mean, like you got free, you got one time, you got monthly options, you got annual options. But when you're selling snapshots, you're also able, as a snapshot builder, to say to an agency, hey, pay me $200 a month, and you can install this snapshot to unlimited amounts of sub-accounts. Or you can go ahead and say, oh, this snapshot is $10 per sub-account. And then the client can go ahead, the agency can go ahead and purchase per $10, but also now they get to be able to rebuild that to their clients. So they could say, oh, I'm going to sell this for 30. So now you're giving an opportunity to the agencies to also generate revenue from trying to upsell shots into their clients ultimately. And the factor of that, your snapshots are now on the marketplace. That means that they're going to work integratedly with the actual apps that handle things like actions and triggers and conversation providers and other things of that nature. So it makes them so much more than what, let's say, snapshots are that aren't on the marketplace.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I saw in the SaaS configurator, you have now ability to actually, when you're setting up your plans, you can actually pre-configure the plan to be loaded with a snapshot that is actually coming from the marketplace.
Yeah.
Back in August, when you and I talked, you said also that snapshots that you build with premium workflow actions that I was working on a model where like a three-tier model. So HighLevel takes the cut, you take a cut as the developer of the app, and then the snapshot developer takes a cut. Do you know if that's been launched as well?
No, there is that stuff I think is coming out most probably in the next 2 weeks. There's like a few other updates coming through. I mean, I was on in a couple of hours, we've got a developer partner call. So all of the partners of GHL developer group, which is 6 of us, we all have a bi-weekly call with GHL to get the updates, and we get beta access and all this kind of stuff. So that way we can try and do as best we can and get prepared before GHL pulls or switches on the switch, you could say, for the next thing they're doing ultimately. So we are well informed in what's coming out. So that way, we can lead anybody who's looking for an integration or a solution, ultimately, as I like to refer to it, in good due time.
Very exciting.
And just to say, can I say one app that I'm quite excited to also talk about most probably next week? I'm going to be making a lot of videos about it here in the office.
Yes, please.
We have an app that we call it SV. That's just our nickname for it. We have to come up with, I've got to come up with a more attractive name than the SVU. And Junaid's going to be using the SVU quite a bit, I think. But like you said yourself, you want to be able to put your snapshots on the app marketplace. Now, you could do that in a very easy, simple way with HighLevel. There isn't really any videos or documentation regarding how to do that. But if you ever need any help, you could always come and ask us if you'd like to. But what we've thought of and done, because I won, there are other platforms out there like HighLevel. There's one called ManyChat. I did some speaking engagements for them, and I was their snapshot competition. So they did like $100,000 giveaway, and I got some first and second place prizes for building out some templates, as they call them, which are ultimately just snapshots, ultimately. Yeah. And we've came up with a way where people like yourself, if you want to be able to have a snapshot on the marketplace, we've made it into like a 10-minute journey for you to do. And we've given you all of the bonuses. So the SVU, when we first started it, was an idea just to be able to help people sell snapshots. But there's a lot of fun features. I'm going to try and cut through this quite quickly. Imagine that you have a GHL CRM, sub-account location, whatever word you want to go with, and that manages the people who install your app, like the agencies that download your app from the marketplace. And from there, you can use the automation builder to send them like, oh, thank you so much for downloading our app, and all the other kind of comms that you might want to deal with, like, oh, I'm so sorry to see you leave, and however else you want to. There's a feature inside of there where for any decent agency out there, you might have heard of something like a snapshot value of custom value updater scenario of form. So like you build out a snapshot and you have custom values that populate certain parameters across the snapshot. So we've made it so that you can make a GHL form that will then update any locations, custom values that have downloaded your app. So then from there you can manage like simply anybody's location, and there's no setup process for the agency. They just have to install and download the app. It's that simple, basically.
You'll have to show me that, because I spoke to one of my clients, one of the agencies that has invested in my profit roadmap systems. This guy, he is from Dubai. You might know him. Anyway, he was showing me that he's got that set up, and he said that's coming from you guys. So I was trying to find it, because I'm currently using somebody else for that. But
whilst we were at the event, I also realized that not only can we make this suitable for people that want to sell snapshots in the marketplace, but there are a lot of people who supply like VA services or just services in general. And usually what they need is some scenario on being able to have like a way for their user or their client to click and say, oh, please, can I, they want a way to be able to get users into their agency so they can then do the implementation or the support for that agency. So the SVU also works with people that can now get apps to the marketplace to basically sell their VA services or any kind of service realistically. And then we've made it also so that people who have media and education media, like how to use maybe HighLevel or how to set up a certain niche of business, we've also made it so that you can sell apps that provide educational media, and then also automate how people can then get access to that course from downloading the app. So we're trying to not only like build all of apps ourselves, but we're trying to give the creativity power to all of the other kind of ways that, you can have listings in the marketplace available and, simple and easy to implement, because there is a learning curve to really go around when it comes to getting an app to the marketplace. And, we just turned it into a very simple copy-paste scenario with what we call the SVU. We're going to have to change the name of that, so I don't know what it's going to be called when you come to it. But yeah, well, I'll let you know. So you should maybe update some banner or something on this video when people see it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, everything that you're saying is super exciting, but then it's like, I can comprehend everything that you say. I get the idea, what those things mean, but ultimately, I'm a perfectionist and I'm a nerd, so I want to go in the nitty gritty. So that's where what you're working, what the team is working on, creating the videos and really going deep on creating
These kind of
resources.
these kind of apps, you'll find me making the videos, I promise you, because these are the kind of ones that make me excited, we'll say. Right, so you'll see me in videos, don't worry. These kind of ones, the SVU especially, like I've spent a lot of hours myself on that one, trying to curve the corner on how that's going to work to expand the amount of apps on the marketplace. Because, there's an interview that I did with Kartik at the GHL event. And at the moment, or back in when we were at the GHL event, there's about 700 apps on the marketplace from what he was talking to me about. I haven't checked recently, I'll be honest. But, the objective for next year, now that we've opened up to widgets and we've opened up to snapshots, and there's going to be some other things we'll open up to as well, they're looking for about 2,000 to 5,000 apps on the marketplace, Wow. So that's only going to happen if people actually, people like yourself take the time to go ahead and create those apps. And we just want to make it just 10 times simpler with an app like the SVU, basically. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that one. That's why I want to kind of drop a note on that. So just talking about snapshots here with Junaid, ultimately.
Yeah, no, I love it. Very exciting. Future.
Okay, let's go back HighLevel.
Thank you. What else you got there? What are you going to show me?
Let's go straight downwards. Sorry?
What else you got there to show us, Rupert? Are we at the end of the tour right now? Or?
I would say you're kind of near the end of the tour. Yeah, if you want to, just go around this way. Don't worry about it. But yeah, there's the support office down there with Mubasar, but you already kind of met him earlier, basically. So we won't kind of go in there. He's a little bit lonely today. He's just by himself. But yeah, I don't know. Apart from more whiteboards with more apps on there, and basically just kind of pointing out. This is a bit of a new addition I did last week. We did this usually on just normal Zooms, but we've put this TV up and I've connected it into the office over here. So what we're able to then do is we give lessons out to everybody here in the developer office about basically new updates and things that we can do to get more apps out there and the quality basically across the entire team. So Hamza and Ali, they've been using it this last week to give out some lessons to everybody.
Very, very good. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's anything else to really show you.
No, mate. No, I think we've exhausted everything that we need to, and we don't need to go any longer because you've already given us a good insight into your operation. Those of you guys listening, if you haven't heard of LevelUp Marketplace before this, definitely check it out. If you want to learn more about Rupert and learn more about LevelUp Marketplace, and the episode that we did is still very current. We talked about Rupert's background and what he's done. We talked about NFC technology and the future of apps. Actually, the predictions that are now actually a reality, and it's only been 3 months back. So it's pretty impressive.
That seems so long. I'll be honest with you. That seems so long ago. You say 3 months, and I was like, has it just been 3 months?
Yeah, it does feel much longer, doesn't it? Yeah. So guys, if you want to listen to that episode, just head over to podcast.com. If you want to learn about LevelUp Marketplace, and if you want to transform your agency with LevelUp Marketplace, it's unlimited app subscription is the way to go. Is that the same? Is that still the pricing model that you got? The unlimited app subscription.
So there's been a little change maybe since then. So all of our apps are now free, just so you understand. So across 2025, all of our apps are going to be 100% free to access. There's a little area, I would say, in about maybe 60 to 70% of our apps, which is what we call the pro area. And that's basically for an agency, you can pay $130 a month. And from that, you get access to all the pro features within inside of the apps. But if you want to be able to use the workflow builder in the same way that you might think of Zapier with how our apps integrate with GHL, then you're going to be able to do that for free. Now, for some scenarios, as a quick example for you, we have a QR code app. Now, inside the workflow builder, you could dynamically create a QR code based off of somebody filling in a form, for example. But maybe you want to use a QR code builder the same way that GHL have launched their own QR code builder in the most recent months. And you have a web interface, and you're able to go ahead and make a library of those QR codes. Now that's a pro feature. So inside of that pro feature, your clients would see a little thing that pops up and says, oh, this feature isn't available to you. You might want to reach out to your agency. And, the agency can go ahead and just buy our simple unlimited subscription. And then it'll unlock across every single app that we've got, which is over 150 now, basically. So about 60-70% of our apps come with pro features inside of there. And our objective this year, just to say quickly on why we are making all our apps for free, because people have asked me, like, Rupert, you're a bit crazy, how are you affording to do that, and all that conversation. But we want adoption. We want big adoption. We've got about, I think, 370,000 sub accounts that are using our apps across GHL currently. And, by the end of 2025, I definitely, we're going to hit 1 million, that's for sure. But, it'd be fun to think, that we can get somewhere between that 3 and 5 million sub account area. And I just want to make it easy. So they're all free. Go use them. There's only maybe 6 or less that we actually charge some actual money for. They're very, very special ones, like the SDU one, the one that I was talking about a minute ago. But yeah, on the whole, that's pretty much how the apps are working for us.
This is fun. This has been fun, and I want to do a final pitch again, just for LevelUp. Those guys listening,
go to the marketplace, use apps. I'm not worried about trying to shift a product or anything like that. Just have a look at the marketplace. Honestly, there are loads of developers that have made apps, not just us. It's great that we talk about ourselves and we do a great job and we won our awards for highest revenue earning stuff and all of that malarkey, but we've still got a lot of work to go, and I'm interested to see where we are in 2 years from now. And the only way that we're going to be able to achieve these things is a little help from GHL, and obviously they've got their own agenda with how and why, and the only other people in the mix of it are the agencies and sub account users. And if anyone's listening to this, I just applaud you to go ahead, have a look at the marketplace, see what's available, and start expanding how much more you can do with your GHL account. It'll only be dealt with through the marketplace. That is the whole reason and direction of what it is. And we like to think that we're the best.
Yeah, we are.
And we'd love to hear from you if you've got any questions. We're very helpful.
I love it. So guys listening, those of you guys listening, if you do have any questions, if you want to double in into apps, definitely don't just double in, just dive into it, because this is, there's so many really cool apps, and you can then program them into your workflows for your customers, for your clients to benefit and grow, and we all grow and we all benefit. And this is freaking incredible what the world we live in. So heads off to you, mate. Heads up to you and Hamza and the rest of the team. You guys doing great things, and thank you for showing us around.
We'll finish off like how we normally finish off on a Friday.
Oh, yeah?
Go on. Yeah. Trust you to get a dud. Oh, man, the anticipation there was killing me for a second. But yeah, on a Friday, depending on who wins the points game, we like to kick off a few confetti cannons in the office, I do. So yeah, I thought we'd finish off with that. So I'll see you next time, I guess, to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Rupert. And thank you guys for listening to today's episode on the High Level Experience. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please share it with other fellow agency mates and other high levelers that you think would benefit from listening and getting inspired from all this awesomeness that we've got to experience. For show notes, links, and extra tips to help you grow your agency or your SaaS with High Level, please go to highlevelexperience.com. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day, everybody.